What's the origin of the suspender wearing Batman? How did you come to do what you do? Like what we
Sure.
talked about where you are and how your mind works, but how did it start?
I've kind of always been interested in fraud, or at least I saw fraud early on, and I was just like curious about what is this? I didn't know what I was really looking at. So basically, my mom got cancer when I was in high school, and it was pretty traumatic. I mean, she's fine. She had thyroid cancer, which is we didn't know it at the time. It's like cancer's cancer, but it's fairly easily treatable with surgery. It's one of the better, survivable ones. And I just watched her get like bombarded with all these like phony health scams of, just like colloidal silver, all these different like remedies. And she was very into, all the different ways that she might treat her cancer. And obviously surgery is very daunting. And, I was just confused. I was like, why are we doing so many different remedies that all seem of very dubious health value? Later, I'd find out that these are like all grifters. I mean, they take advantage of free speech in America to like advertise their products as, life-saving miracles, whatever, when they're of course not. Eventually she got the surgery, thank God. But I know people in my life who their parents passed away because they didn't have the surgery. They instead took the alternative option. I know, like, I don't want to go into specifics because I don't want to mention their specific like case, but their family member went to Mexico for some alternate treatment, health treatment, instead of getting an easy surgery, and they died. And so it's like, I realized, where is the outrage about this? Who covers this stuff? And I realized, well, not many people do. Then I went to college. I was getting a chemical engineering degree, and all my friends were like telling me, hey, you should come to this meeting. We don't need this. Like, you're doing this engineering stuff. That's great. You're going to make like $70K a year, but don't you want to get like rich now? Like, why wait till you're 60 years old to retire? Like, you can be rich now, Lex. So I'd go show up to a hotel, and there'd be an MLM, like multi-level marketing, pitch for Amway or whatever it was that day. And I was once again fascinated. I didn't know what I was looking at, but I was like, what is this weird game we're all playing where we sit in this room, we're looking at the speaker who says he's so successful, right? But why is he taking a Friday or a Saturday to do this, pitch at night? And they're going to telling me I'm going to be financially free, but they're working on their Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, how financially free are they? So I was just like confused. I was like, none of my friends were rich. They all said they were going to be rich. No one ever seemed to get rich. And so I was sort of baffled by what I was looking at. Later, I graduate. I had no interest in doing engineering, which we can kind of get into, but I wanted to do something in media. And I started covering a variety of topics, but eventually I sort of revisited this interest in fraud, and I started talking about these kind of get-rich-quick grifters that were online, sort of the Tai Lopez variety, 67 steps or, whatever, like 5 steps to get rich, 5 coins to 5 million, these get-rich-quick schemes that a lot of people were interested in. No one seemed to get rich once again, except for the people at the tippity top selling the get-rich-quick thing. And I was like fascinated by the structure of it. And I was like, does nobody see what this is? Like, does nobody get it? So I started making a series of videos on that. And the response was like palpable. I mean, it was like, I've made a lot of stuff before that. I'd made stuff that got 1 million views. I'd had like some marginal success. But the response of like the emails that came in, I could tell this work, even though it had far less views at the time, was having a different level of impact. And that's what I was really interested in. One of my problems with engineering was, from my standpoint, I did chemical engineering at Texas A&M. And like, I was like, is my future just going to be in a chemical plant, improving some process by 2%? And that's like my gift to the world. Like, I didn't see the hard impact, and that maybe that's a lack of imagination because chemicals matter, but I wanted to see an impact in the world. And so when like I started doing this fraud stuff, exposing fraud, I like clicked in my brain. I was like, whoa, this is kind of doing what I want to do. And so I started posting videos. At first, it really focused on like get rich quick scheme, grifty advertising, which I think is super predatory, and we can go into why. But it eventually graduated to crypto, and it snowballed, I guess, because now we're talking to Sam Bankman-Fried.